create these events so we can get a knowledge on all aspects of starting a business, So thank God for that. Thank you. But my name is Tori Edwards, and I'm 20 years old. I'm so happy to be here, this environment, to see all of you guys come out. I'm not going to preach. I'm my mother's daughter, but I'm not going to preach. I'm just going to share a little bit of information, and what I'm going to be doing is just waking up the mind, or sparking some interest. I don't really like to rile people up, because once they exit the door, it's like, okay, let's go back to doing the same old thing. So I'm more of someone who can, wake up the mind and kind of get you thinking and get your wheels turning. So I'm going to be speaking on the millennial entrepreneur and just the impact that millennials are having. The millennials right now, between the ages 20 to about 30, they're doing some awesome things. As you know, most of us don't want to just wake up anymore, go to work, do the same old thing. So the millennial entrepreneurs are like, I want something different. I don't want to come home complaining to mom and dad anymore, complaining to my children about my tired day at work, So that's why you have all these major things happening right now with Uber. Those were college students who were in Paris who couldn't get a ride, So they created this awesome, app, as well as Snapchat, So all of this innovation is happening because the millennials, we want something different, And so, just to share a little bit about my story, because I am an entrepreneur, and I just want to take it back a little bit, because the road of entrepreneurship is not easy. I'm not even going for it. But, my mother, raised me and my brother while he was slinging dope. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I told you, at a very young age, she always taught us about entrepreneurship. Whether it was slinging dope or selling cookies out of your locker, we was getting it, you know what I'm saying? But we was trying to get it the wrong way, obviously. But at 12 years old, I started my first business. It was a jewelry company. And not because I was passionate about jewelry. I mean, I wore it, sometimes, but it was mainly to just, get me out there doing something positive, not just, going to school, which was important, and coming home and playing outside. It was, to teach me how to get my own money. That's why I used to stay with my brother and my sister-in-law, and, to see them, push their young daughters at a young age to sell smoothies. It's just a smoothie. You can go get a smoothie anywhere, but it's important that they're raising their children to, if you want something, you got to earn it. My niece, she came on and she was like, oh, I want to go to dance. And my brother was like, you're not going to go if you can't raise the $5 yourself. He had $5 to get to her, but it's important to know that, everything is not going to be handy. You need to get it your own way, So at 12 years old, I started a business, made some money, spent the money on I don't know what. But the point was, my mother was, sharing with me, you need to get it your own way. You need to do it. You need to be your own boss. I didn't really understand the concept. So, after a few months, the business died down. Did the typical 13, 14-year-old thing. And then around 15 years old, we started back talking, and she was like, you need to get back on the prowl of doing your thing. So at 15, started my next business. It was a cupcake company. We love food, obviously, she said that enough. And, I wasn't really cooking the cupcakes, she was, but my name was on it. But, so I was doing it all the thing. I was in school in the hallway, I was some cupcakes, what I'm saying, middle class. And with that, because my mom is very real about her story, so she told me about, different things that she went through. So I'm like, well, I want to give back to people, youth, young adults that are at risk, So with my cupcake business, I started a nonprofit that's geared towards at-risk youth and young adults around Metro Atlanta. And, we were putting on charity fashion shows to raise funds for these different causes, and it was a blessing. I'm out here, I'm 15 years old, I'm doing it, not scared. Of course, I can be, at the movies with my friends, but, it's just something about standing out, and doing something different and, getting it on your own. So, I'm doing this, and it's going well, and all of a sudden I just stopped. I stopped because I'm like, well, I'm about to be a senior in high school, and I'm cheering, and I just want to be normal. I was like, I just want to be normal. I don't really want to do this no more. Like, I've had a lot of success with it. My first show, I had over 200 guests there, and I'm 15 years old. I didn't realize how major that was at 15, but that was major. Imagine if I would have stayed consistent with that and where I would be now. But I'm not, I'm just keeping it real. And so, I completely stopped. I was like, I don't want to do this. I just want to be a teenager, So senior year happens. I go into college. And while I'm in college, I didn't even want to go to college, to be honest. I just went because society said, that's the next thing to do. That's what comes next. So I'm in college, my freshman year, frustrated, depressed, like this is horrible, I don't want to be here. And, the second semester of my college, my freshman year, I woke up, my mind woke up. I was like, you know what? I need to be bigger than this. This is not just me, this doing the same thing every day, being very stagnant, this isn't me, And that's what the guy at Facebook said when he invited 6 friends to his dorm for an idea and only one person came. He was like, there's more to this. And now he's the youngest billionaire in our country. That's amazing. But, I'm in college. I'm like, what, I need more. I want more. I don't want this, So for me, I took the risk of dropping out. I dropped out of college, and I get the same old story every time somebody asks me what college I go to. You go there for business. No, I don't want to be taught by a teacher about business who doesn't have a business. I don't want to do that. I'd rather be out there in the streets learning the business on my own. So for me, I took a major risk, and I dropped out of college because I wanted to start opening my mind to new ways to create wealth. Ultimately, I knew that once I got my degree, I wasn't going to be working for anyone. I was just doing it because, mom's never been to college, so it was kind of like for her. It was kind of for society. It was just doing it to do it. And like my mom said, time is very valuable. I don't have time to waste, and I definitely don't have money to waste on debt because of college, So I dropped out once I finished my freshman year, and I was just like, I just started opening my mind to new ways to create wealth and, to become wealthy at a young age. And, it's that year of me doing that, it was a journey because I made a lot of mistakes, but it was all hands-on. And, that's what I love about going back to my brother and my sister-in-law, them teaching their children hands-on how to, create wealth instantly. And so, the journey thus far has been, rocky. I have several businesses, but it all, ultimately, there's going to be risk involved, but it's all about staying the course, and opening your mind to new ideas. I was talking to a young lady, and I was asking her if she ever thought about, being a business owner, and she was like, well, I do invitations, but I just kind of do it, when my family asks me, but that's awesome, invitations, you hear about the jewelry, you hear about the makeup, but invitations, like at 16, what you do that you enjoy, you can make money off of that, instead of going to work and making, Bob rich, you can have fun. We have Beyonce out here, she making millions having fun. Like, I want to make millions having fun, what I'm saying? So if you enjoy creating an invitation, to bring spark to an event, make money off of that, So, my journey with entrepreneurship at a young age is not done. I have not arrived. This is a continuous thing for me. But I definitely have learned a lot with starting my business at a young age and surrounding myself with business women and men, as well as coming to events like these. So for you, parents out there who have children, bring them to these kind of events. I didn't want to wake up today. I'm being real. No, I didn't. I thought calling home like, Mom, I'll be at 10:30 because I'm tired. Because I can't do it right now. But I'm glad that I pushed through and I came because it's so inspiring, So it's just all about connecting with the right people and pushing your children, because at the end of the day, if they don't create something for themselves, they're always going to be working to get by, and that's not why we were created. We were created to live abundantly. I think about, real quick, I was on Facebook one day, and this pastor out in Atlanta bought Tyler Perry's home. He had this home that he bought in Atlanta, and it was really big, and then he was selling it, and now he got more money, he wanted a bigger home, right? And so the pastor bought it. And so I look at the comments, because sometimes I go look at the comments just to see what America be talking about. And these people was really upset with this pastor that he bought this big old house. He was like, how could you do that? You could have took that money and gave it to the poor, blah, blah, blah. You're stealing from the church. And it's they going in on this pastor just because the pastor bought him a nice house. And it's we were created to live abundantly, not mediocre, why does it matter if he wants to buy him a nice home? He earned that home, So it's just, you guys, I just come to talk to you real quick about, just pushing, taking the risk. One thing I want to, leave you guys with this quote is, if you can't embrace the possibility of failure, you can't be successful. You're going to fail. I failed every day. About 2 months ago, I kind of went into this, for for like a year straight, I'm just like, I'm running, I'm, trying to be the badass businesswoman I could be, making money, making money in my sleep, like real life doing this stuff. I'm like, man, I'm about to be a millionaire by 25, which is still possible. But then about 2 months ago, I kind of hit into like this depression, like, man, like things weren't going my way. Stuff was happening, people were turning on me, and I'm being 20 years old, it's kind of, I haven't experienced a lot of life, but I have a lot of wisdom, so it was just really getting at me, and so, but at the end of the day, I'm still pushing. I haven't stopped, I haven't quit on myself. There's still more, and this is the process that I have to go through to arrive there, so for you guys who, are sleeping on your gift of whatever it is, don't sleep. Because you're going to miss out on blessings. Don't sleep because it gets hard. Don't get to sleep because you have jabs. Don't put it to rest. Keep pushing. And that's what a lot of people, Barack, he could have gave up. I would have gave up too. Because he could have died the first term. Like, nah, I ain't doing the name of his country because these people will kill me. His goal was to be the first African American president, but at the same time, he could have been the first dead African American president, So, but he kept pushing and he kept going, and so, that's what I want to leave with you guys. It's just a journey. I haven't arrived yet, but I'm going. I'm keeping steadfast. I'm surrounding myself with the right people. Even when I'm in that mindset of I can't do this right now, I still wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning to be at an event to inspire me, to inspire other people. So I thank God for this event. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming and just networking, and that's just pretty much it. Does anybody have any questions for me? If you want to be interactive, switch it up.
I just admire you and your story. I want to know where more millennials like you, because I want them in my business. Because I really think that a lot of people my age, because I'm over 50, and they're so stuck in that old mindset of go to school, get a job, work like that. So the entrepreneurship is something that I'm finding even in my own business that I'm having to teach and help people along the way to learn to do that. But I would love to have some millennials they get it. You know what I mean? They get it. You don't have to keep trying to, you just show it to them and help them and they got it.
You need support.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I would love to know where you all at.
Well, for me, honestly, I had the entrepreneurship in me, obviously, because I started my business at 12. But the reason why I woke back up my freshman year of college is because my mother encouraged me to go to this event to see this author. And I didn't want to go that night. I wanted to actually go home and watch Scandal. Get good, yeah. But I went, and I don't know, it's just, I feel like everybody has a gift, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has a gift, whether you believe it or not. And God gives you that gift so you can make money off of that gift. Let's just be straight up, you know? And so, but that people have to have time to actually figure out what their purpose is. And for me, I'm glad, I wouldn't just buy a shirt that says college dropout, don't ask me why, but I'm glad that I did take the time out of college. If I go back, I go back, oh my God, but it better be paid for. I ain't paying $100,000, but I'm glad that I took that time out, because through this process of me being out of school and doing what I'm doing and being in the streets building my business and as well as doing other things, I'm getting to learn myself. I'm getting to learn what I like, what I don't like. I'm discovering my talents, so it's like the society creates this system of washing away our creativity. You know what I'm saying? We're just clones. We don't have time to develop and look. So we're out here. I was out there, but I had to go into an environment. Somebody had to come to me to, wake it up. Because for 12 years straight, I was waking up at 6, going on lunch at 12. Doing what society told us to do so we can all be the same. So we're out there. Don't get frustrated. I feel like the older generation that was doing the whole waking up, going to work, they didn't want to do that, but that's because their parents told them to do that because that was a safe way. So now they're in their 50s like, man, but it's like, yeah. So I mean, that's okay though. Some people are like, well, I wish I figured it out at 20. Well, it doesn't matter when you figure, as long as you figure it out. The sooner the better. It doesn't matter. Just figure it out, get it done, and live your life. But you know, were you trying to say something? I'm sorry.
No, I just wanted to share with your generation, y'all not afraid to do it afraid. And for us adults, you know, we have been trapped so long to think a certain mindset, but y'all are out of the box, and we're afraid to see y'all out of the box because what y'all are doing, we're not willing to do. So that's why we kind of try to hold y'all back, but what we're gonna do is give y'all the leash and say, go forward, so we can follow y'all, and some of us not willing to follow the young people. But I praise you because I'm gonna go home and wake up my sleeping giant. No one is speaking it into their lives, and I know they got greatness, so keep doing what you're doing. It's always going to be a journey for all of us. Hold your head up high. You already know who you are because who you tether with, your mother, so keep going forth, and success is right at your door.
Thank you.